It's a bit like asking someone to create a weekly menu for you, but I want it to be one of the best menus in the land. But I'm only going to give you £25 to do it. Oh, and you can't spend more than £1.50 on any individual item. And by the way, I'm not going to improve your cooking facilities or your cooking utensils. And I want you to purchase only the youngest, freshest ingredients that you can. Such is life at Livingston. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to The Road to Glory, part 47, season 6, here at Livingston. And if you are a first-time visitor, why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support all that good stuff that you can see scrolling above, and join the band of growing followers that we have who love to see me suffer. And today we will be suffering a little bit more, and we will be playing 2 games. And our opening game of the season is unfortunately at home to Celtic. The news coming out from Celtic is though that they have sold Icardi, their top striker, and so whether that's weakened them enough that we can take advantage of them at this point, who knows. And after that we'll be following that straight away with the game in the Premiership away at Hibernian. 3 points from 6, I'll be happy with that. But in the summer transfer window we have come up against some serious problems, and once again we have not been able to sign players. We have made a couple of signings. The first one that we made was a midfielder on a free transfer called Louis Sibley, and although he's not the greatest midfielder I've ever seen in my life, he is going to possibly do a very good job, and he's done very, very well in pre-season, so he looks like he can do a nice job as our Mazzala or as our central mid on attack, and I hope that he can do a very good job for us in the middle of the park this season. And the other signing that we have been able to make is Alex Murphy, who is a left back. We're always short of fullbacks, and he just looked to me like he might be a good player. He's 23 years old. He falls just outside the range of age that we're supposed to sign players, but I think he's a good young prospect, and I'm hoping that he will do a very, very good job. And he has pretty good physicals and pretty good mentals. Technically he's not the best player in the world, but I'm hoping he'll do a steady job for us out on the left. He's come in as a fringe player, and I'm thinking he might be called upon much more than that as the season progresses. So we haven't spent any money at all, and we've let go a couple of players in order to raise some more funds. We let go Cornet on loan again. He's not part of my first team plans and will probably go when his contract runs out. And then we let go a young fullback, Robert Innes. He's a very good prospect, but I needed to raise money, and we've sold him to Kilmarnock for £7,250,000. Nearly said million, I wish in my dreams. And then Jay Ben, unfortunately, who I had big plans for, he has gone out on loan to St Johnstone. I had to raise money, and I had to free up some money in the wage budget. But even though it does look healthy in terms of the budgets, it is not possible to sign any players because of the wage caps. The wages that they are demanding are way outside what our board is prepared to offer. We cannot offer any loan deals at the moment because we simply do not have the kind of money that is needed to pay back the loan monthly repayments. And I've tried to play with those contracts, but there's no way we can afford anybody who is anything decent. So therefore it's been almost impossible to improve the squad, and we are now in a squad of 20 players, and I still need to make several signings. And the board are actually saying that they are devastated by the fact that I am not signing players under the age of 23 for the first team. Well, the bottom line is I am not signing players at all, and as I've said, I've only brought in 2 players to try and strengthen what is already a very weak squad. And I think the only thing that I can do is sign maybe 4 or 5 players who are not up to scratch, because we cannot find young players who look like they're going to be successful in the future. So what I might do just to get rid of this is to bring in 4 or 5 young players and see if we can't just manage to get one of them who might become a half-decent player. Life at Livingston has become very tough, and I've got a funny feeling that I might be on the verge of facing the sack. The board do not seem to be very happy with me, but one of the really interesting things is that the supporters are very happy with our ability to make the most of the set pieces. Now, one of the things that I've been doing is to try and jump ship before I get pushed, but what I've been coming up against is that I've been rejected for several interviews on the basis that the boards at those clubs don't feel that I meet their objective to make the most of set pieces. Well, come on, wake up, guys. I score more goals from corners and free kicks than any club in Scotland. I'm going to put on my CV, I think, when I send it off to them, a big red letters at the top. This man loves set pieces. What are they talking about? I don't know why I'm being rejected because I don't meet their philosophy to make the most of set pieces. It's very, very tough here in Scotland at the moment. We have two very, very big games to play coming up. I think we should just get on with them. See how it goes. See how many points we can get from the first couple of games. We need a good start. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today is Bentley in goal with Devlin, Fitzwater, Boyle and Penrith at the back. Bowden, Omienga, Sibley in midfield with Nouble, Martin and Anderson up front. And I'm not going to sit back against Celtic. We're going to play in a very positive way. I've come a cropper many times by going very defensive against Celtic. Come what may, we are going down with a fight, and we've got nothing to lose here, boys, so let's go out and make a difference here, and let's go out, try and get these 3 points and put in your best performance so that we're not absolutely humiliated and that we do put on a good show. And at the moment we are holding our own, but it is Celtic with the first highlight, and Celtic looking to build down the left. And Joe Gomez is looking to bring it forward, but we have taken the ball off them. And here's Fitzwater. Don't do anything silly at the back. And Bentley fires a long ball upfield. Can anybody get on the end of it? We have got on the end of it, but the ball is turned over again. And here comes Celtic down the right. And Bamba, who I know from Cardiff days from years ago. He's now playing up in Celtic, is he? And Celtic playing the ball around. Very nice football. We are not winning the possession battle. We're not winning any battle at all at the moment. Timothy Weah is an excellent player, and Celtic have scored, and we've gone a goal behind. But we always go a goal behind in the early minutes against Celtic. They are just so difficult to beat, and they've gone a goal up within 7 minutes. And we just have to keep going. I'm going to tell them that, give them a bit of encouragement. Don't let your heads go down. Let's keep going. Let's try and get something out of this game. And as long as we don't get absolutely humbled, I'll be happy enough. We're not going to win games against Celtic. Celtic are actually dominating procedures, and things are not going very, very well at all. I really don't like watching these games against Celtic and Rangers and Hearts in particular, because we never seem to do very well. And Penrith has given the ball away to one of their most dangerous players, and they are in and could score a second, but Bentley manages to make a save. It looks like it was offside. Let's get our heads together, boys. Let's try and get something out of this game. And Timothy Weah is a problem. I've told them to tight mark him. It's obviously not working. And here is Anderson. Anderson, let's have a big game from you, Anderson. And he's fired it over the bar. At least we've created a chance. And well, I'm being told to tight mark, specifically mark Timothy Weah, but I don't want to do that. And here's Fitzwater to Omienga. Omienga's had the ball just taken off him too easily. And here comes Celtic. They're bombing forward. And we've got to get stuck in. We've got to win this ball in midfield. And we are trying our best. But here comes Celtic again. And Edwards is through again. And there's a ball back. And they must score. And they have scored. And it is now Livingston 0, Celtic 2. We are being shown who's boss. We are not in the same league as them. And this is going to be a dreadful, dreadful start to the season. I can feel this. It's not going very well. And Celtic are just running the show and scoring at will. And unless I do something, things are not going to get any better. And what I think I will do, out of just complete desperation, I really don't know what's going on, but I am going to push the line further up and try to press them further up the pitch, because at the moment things are not working. And it is Celtic again with the free kick, and there's a ball into the box, and they could so easily have been 3-0 up. It's still Livingston 0, Celtic 2. We're creating chances. We haven't got many on target. 33% of our chances are on target. We need to do better than that. We need to improve. We need to bring in players who are better, and unfortunately we cannot do that. And I need to tell these boys to show me something else in the second half. Anderson's up to his old tricks. He's only got a 6.3, and we're just like in absolutely all sorts of trouble. But there's a set piece, and we've headed it over the bar. I really feel like I need to make some changes soon to get these players off who are not playing very, very well. And it remains 2-0 to Celtic, and just after this highlight I'm going to make some changes. I just hope that Celtic don't score from this highlight, and then I'll make some changes and try and freshen up things a little bit. We have won the ball, but we've lost it in midfield again. Omienga is not playing that well. He's not picking up that loose ball, but Nubler has won it out on the left, and here's Penrice. Penrice inside to Nubler. Nubler looking to bring it forward. Can we get something from this? If we can get one goal, get back into the game. Here's Josh Martin. Josh Martin, can he get a cross in? Can he get it into the box? He's looking short, and it finds Devlin. Devlin to Sibley, and Sibley's made it 2-1. We are back in the game. I'm not quite sure that we deserve to be back in the game, but if we look at the stats, we are starting to dominate the game. And whether or not I should make changes at this point in time, I think Anderson does need to come off. Sibley with a lovely side foot into the corner. It's now 2-1. And so we have made a couple of changes, and maybe, just maybe, this might make the difference. And it is, though, we are, at the moment, doing quite well. We are actually dominating the game. And if we can just get another one, then we could actually go on and win this, I think. Celtic have dropped off the pace a little bit. We've come well into the game at the moment. Here is Moylan. Moylan looking for Bowden. Bowden for Sibley. Sibley, though, unfortunately, has had the ball taken off him. And here comes Celtic again. We do need to be very, very careful that we don't allow them to score on the break. If we're dominating the game, which we are at the moment, we need to make sure that they're not going to score on the break. And here comes Celtic, and there's a ball over the top. Edwards is an absolute nightmare, and he's actually scored. And Bentley has just gifted Celtic with a goal. What a dreadful, dreadful error. And that has cost us big time. Bentley, who's also on a 6.4, and we are just like giving the game away. Just when we'd got ourselves back in it, what an absolute shambles that was from the goalkeeper. We were beating them. We were dominating the game second half, and we've let them back into the game. And so it's time to make another couple of changes. And here's Martin. Martin to Devlin. Devlin looking for Akinola. Akinola over the top to Nubler. Nubler, who's playing up front because Anderson has come off. Here's Martin. Martin with a cross into the box. We have a chance, and we have made it 3-2. Another mistake. It was a goalkeeping mistake from Celtic this time. It's now Livingston 2, Celtic 3. Are we back in this game? It was a dreadful error by the goalkeeper. Nubler somehow managed to find Martin on the right. And Moylan, who's just come on as well, he managed to poke it into the near post. It's now 3-2. We haven't been absolutely dominated. We haven't been annihilated and embarrassed. We've done very, very well. And I think that it's as good a start against Celtic as I could have hoped for, and I was expecting probably more like a 4-1 or a 5-1. We've managed to keep it to 3-2 at the moment, but we're letting them just find space, and they've made it 4-2. However, I think it's going to be questioned for offside. We really have no answer in defence for them. They're just so good when coming forward, and the goal has been awarded. It is now Livingston 2, Celtic 4, and it's not a great start. I would have preferred it to be 3-2. Heads could have been held high, but that was terrible, terrible defending. We're just like giving them opportunities. Bentley's now on a 6.2. It's absolutely shocking, his performance. I just think I might play McNamara, the reserve goalkeeper, the backup young kid, in the next game, because he deserves a chance, and Bentley is just had a terrible game. But it is a free kick for Livingston, and Martin is over the ball. Can we get another one back? And Martin is over the ball. We need to get on with this, guys. Come on, let's get on with it. And we are waiting for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but Martin is taking his time with this, sizing it up, and the ball ricochets off the wall. It's been headed off the line, comes out to Sibley. Sibley's put it past the post. It remains 4-2 to Celtic. I guess we have to just say, hey, what can we do? It's Celtic in the opening game. And I'm going to say, yeah, we should have won that match. And up front, we were poor. In defence, we were even worse. But the problem is, if you don't have the players capable of winning games, then you're not going to win football matches. And this is going to be a problem that I have throughout the season. It is good to see Sibley scoring on his debut. He is a nice footballer. We've signed a very, very nice footballer there, but it's not the greatest start that we could have hoped for. However, it was unfortunate that it was Celtic that we were playing in our opening game. We have to now go and prepare for Hibernian, and we'll see how we get on against Hibernian. I really don't fancy my chances this season, and I'm really anxious about my position as manager of Livingston, and I think I'm on borrowed time at the moment. But we've made the start to the season. We'll get on. I'll play through the week now, and then we'll come back for the second game. Again, we must win now against Hibernian. And so the team for this very, very important game against Hibernian is Bentley in goal, Fitzwater, Akinola, Boyle and Penrith at the back, Bowden, Sibley and Omienga in midfield, Nubler, Henderson and Anderson up front. Anderson is very, very fortunate to be keeping his place. He does go into these periods where he just goes to sleep for 6 or 7 weeks. If he doesn't play very well today, he won't be in the side next week. And quite interesting news is that Rangers and Celtic played just the day before, just yesterday, and Rangers were beaten by Celtic by 4-0. So it makes our 4-2 perhaps a little bit easier to stomach. And Livingston against Hibs. Livingston must win this game. I really feel that if we don't win this game, then we are going to be in horrendous trouble. And I am particularly going to be under scrutiny, and my job will be under threat. But we are bringing the ball forward early on, and it's come all the way out to Penrith. He's looking to get the ball into the centre. It's a lovely ball over the top to Omienga, and Omienga finds Anderson, and Anderson has woken up from his slumbers, and he's made it 1-0 to Livingston. A really good start. We're not gonna just lie down for teams. We're not playing defensively at all this season. We're going for it. If we're going to win games, we need to attack games. We need to be very positive about how we're going about things. And we have taken the lead away at Hibs. Hibs a very difficult opponent for us traditionally, but we've done well in the first 20 minutes. We're a goal ahead. And as we come into the last 15 minutes of the first half, We are dominating, we are attacking, but we've lost the ball again, and we've got to really do something about this, because we can't go around losing the ball and allowing teams to come at us on the break. But it's all the way back and a long punt forward, and Fitzwater at the back heads it down and looking for Anderson over the top, and here is Anderson. Anderson's in, and Anderson scores, and it is Hibs 0, Livingston 2. And when Anderson is in form, he's unstoppable. When he's not in form, he's diabolical. But he has 2 today, and we are 2-0 up against Hibs. The decision to play him has paid off. I was very worried having had a 6.2 last week, and he's now justified his selection and eased the pressure on me a little bit. And we are 2 goals up against Hibs, and that's a good start. And we need to keep this going. We're up to 4th in the table. That's where we should be. And we can put Celtic behind us, hopefully. But it is going to be Hibernian with a throw. And there's the throw, and it's looking up the line. But Penrith is going to pick that up very easily. If we can get another one before half-time, I'll be very, very pleased. And here's Sibley. Sibley, I think, has been a good signing in the summer. One of the 2 that we've been able to bring in. But Penrith has lost the ball. I'm a bit concerned about Penrith on that left-hand side. He hasn't been that great in pre-season. Keeps losing the ball, which he's done again. And Hibs are in. Hibs are going to score, but that's a lovely save by Bentley. And maybe Penrith is going to have some time on the bench, because I'm not happy by the way he's playing. I'm going to tell the boys that I'm happy with how they're playing, that it's going okay. We just need to focus, though. Just make sure that we don't go and do anything silly. But here come Hibernian. Hibernian, there's a lovely goal. There's nothing we could do about that. It's Hibs 1, Livingston 2. It was a lovely strike. Not much we could do about that. And we are only a goal ahead now. We need to make sure that we don't give anything else away. I might come off the gas a little bit and play a little bit more cautiously, but we'll leave it for now. We'll just see if we can't sneak another one. We're now down to 5th. Goal difference has pushed us down to 5th, and it is Hibs again. They are upping the stakes here a little bit. And there's a ball into the box, and they can score, but we've managed to clear that. But it is picked up by Hibs again. We're not playing very well at the moment. Maybe I need to think about getting some of these players off and bringing on some fresh legs. And they are, I think, they are taking chances from long range. We do need to be much better defending this. And we have intercepted, though, and that's a good interception. And here is Sibley. Come on, Sibley, what can you do? We've brought you in to be the creative spark in midfield, and we're still going forward, and it's with Bowden. Bowden's lost the ball, but he's got it back. And he's looking for support. He finds Akinola. Akinola to Boyle. Boyle who's on a yellow card. And here is Bowden. Bowden to Nubler. Nubler back to Bowden. This is nice football, and that's a lovely ball out to Penrith. Penrith needs to get the ball into the box. He can't. It finds Nubler. Nubler on the edge of the box looking for a strike, and he's just over the crossbar. And it remains Hibs 1, Livingston 2. And I think it may be time now to make some changes, which we will do after this highlight. And it has come to Bowden. Bowden, he's won the ball back. And here's Sibley. Sibley has lost it now in midfield. And it's Hibs looking to bring it forward. And they are playing it out to the left. And we need to get this ball off them. And we're not doing that. And this has we've got to do better in midfield. It is in midfield that we are possibly very, very weak. And we need to do a lot better. And here's Fitzwater. Fitzwater coming in at right back today. He finds Akinola. Akinola to Boyle. We have a lot of players on yellow cards, but there's a lovely ball over the top to Henderson, and Henderson should have scored. He should have done a lot better than that. I think now it is time to make some changes. So we've made a couple of changes, and hopefully that is going to be enough. We've also gone more attacking. I've pushed the lines up, and I hope that that's a risk worth taking. But here come Hibs, and it is 2-2 now, and I'm not very, very happy with that. And I don't know what is going on at the moment. We're not playing very well. We don't deserve anything, and I'm not too happy with the team. and I feel like this could be the first time that I could be sacked in Football Manager in many, many years. And I've got myself into a position with Livingston that I'm finding very, very difficult to get out of. And here is Penrice. Penrice's throw is absolutely dreadful. It's Hibernian on the attack again. But we have won the ball back, and Penrice has picked up the loose ball. And Penrice finds Ubele. Ubele into Sweet. Sweet finds Ubele. Ubele looking for Nubler. Nubler back to Penrice. We are keeping possession of the ball nicely when we're going forward. We're just not putting the ball in the back of the net. And that's an example of the passing in the final third is not good enough. And there's a long ball looking for Hibernian's right winger, but and Penrice again has had the ball taken off him. Hibernian are in again. We need to close him down and stop that, and it has gone out for a goal kick. I'm really concerned about Penrice over on the left. He's having a nightmare of a season so far, and yet I don't have anybody who really I can play instead of him. I'm going to bring on Owen Beck, and here come Livingston again as Sweet is bringing it forward to Martin. Martin has players in space, and it's a goal, and Anderson has scored with a minute or so to go. Anderson has once again woken up from his slumbers, and he has his hat-trick. I think that's his hat-trick, and it is now Hibernian 2, Livingston 3. We're going to come off the attacking style now. We're going to go a lot more cautious, and we are going to try and close this game down. So let's just go and do that. Let's close this game down once and for all. We really need to hold on to this now. And Bentley, take your time. You've been told to waste time. He didn't waste time. And the ball has come out. And it is Hibs on the attack. It is Hibs on the attack. We need to win this ball back. But there is a ball over the top. Now I have pulled the lines back, and yet somehow they've still managed to get the ball over the top. But Bentley finally has made a save and has earned his corner. And here's Akinola. Akinola all the way back to Bentley. Bentley with a long ball upfield. We just need to take our time. Don't do anything mad. It's just take your time. Put your foot on the ball. I think, is that the full-time whistle? I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It's a free kick for some reason to Hibs. There are just like 8 seconds left, and we need to just calm down, hold on to the ball. Let's just put it into Rosed, and he has, and that's where it needs to go. And we are into time added on, and hopefully now this is we're just going to see the game out now. We need to hold on to this. We need this 3 points. I need this 3 points, and there's a ball into the box, and Bentley. Now just slow it down, and that is full time, and we have managed to win, and it is Hibs 2, Livingston 3. And nobody gave us a chance. Nobody... I think saw that result coming. I certainly didn't. I wanted to attack them, and we have gone up to 5th, and things are not as bad as I predicted at the beginning of this episode. And we have done okay. I wanted 3 points out of 6, and we've got 3 points out of 6. What I think we'll do is we will come back for the second leg of the Europa League playoff. I'm hoping that we're going to get through to the group stages, and then we will play against Inverness in the second game of the next episode. Or maybe we'll actually come back and play St Johnstone after the transfer window has shut. And so it's a very, very happy manager at the moment. A manager who's holding on to his job. If you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow, help us to support all that good stuff that you can see scrolling above. And next time we will be back for the Europa League playoff second leg, and we'll play St Johnstone in the Premiership, and we'll have news and updates on the transfer window. All that remains to be said though for now is we'll see you in the next episode.